concept is a framework for posing questions on a more concrete level. So the development of our idea about planetary urbanization was an attempt to rethink the framework that we use to investigate urbanization processes on a planetary scale, but also in specific regional contexts. So for that reason, inevitably, there can only be specificity to urbanization processes. Planetary urbanization as a framework of investigation is not opposed at all to the priority of investigating specific patterns and pathways of urbanization. So that by way of just generalization, like there's always specificity. In terms of Latin America, there are a lot of questions that one can pose specific to Latin American urbanization processes in relationship to broader post-1980s dynamics of planetary urbanization. It's a vast theme. But one thing that I think is particularly profound in the Latin American context is the commodity boom since the early 2000s, specifically in relation to extractive industries. So in that context, the hinterlands of Latin America, so-called hinterlands, because that's already a problematic word, have undergone massive transformations in terms of infrastructure, in terms of labor markets, and in terms of their ecologies, in order to intensify extraction and also agro-industrial extraction in relation to the world market. So for me, in investigation of the Latin American context, and this is also not unique to Latin America, there are similar dynamics of extractive urbanization elsewhere, but certainly in the Latin American context, one of the specificities, among others, would be the interplay between large-scale industrial extraction in various sectors and massively accelerated urbanization. We cannot understand urbanization in Latin America just by looking at the big cities, Rio, Sao Paulo, etc. We have to connect urban restructuring in places like this to the broader industrial enclosure and infrastructuralization of hinterlands across Latin America. And for me, part of what critical urban theory in relation to planetary urbanization is trying to accomplish is precisely to make those connections. It's all about dialectical relational thinking, that the spaces of the metropolis, as complex and dynamic as they are internally, they're also forged through relationships via capitalism, infrastructure, and politics, of course, the politics of space, to many other spaces. And part of what critical urban theory is trying to do is to develop a framework through which to make those connections clear intellectually, but also politically. Like, making them clear politically is the basis on which we can act in transformative ways to produce a different kind of urbanization. Like, that's the whole point of critical urban theory.